Hello, hello, hello to all of my wonderful Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Happy Sunday to you, Libra. Hopefully you all are having a great day today, but then again, I know you are because that's the intention you said. We're going to get right into your reading. These cards right here are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. If you're interested in a personal reading, because you know this is general, my information is down below. Yes, Libras, let's get into it. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Libras as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have for my gracious, diplomatic, cooperative, understanding, idealist, fair-minded, charming, romantic, Scales of Justice? Yes, that is my Libras. What information do we have for my wonderful Libras, gods and goddesses? I'm talking to you, each one of you. We're also going to be talking about the number 0. Talking about the number 0 today. That is the God number. Yes, for my people who know that they are gods and goddesses, we're going to be talking about it. And I got some tips for you if you want to stick around to the end. Yes, yes, indeedy. Libras. All right, look at this. All right, so we have, let me see if I can make some room here. We have the Two of Pentacles here. We have the King of Swords here. We also have the Eight of Wands here. We have the Two of Swords here. We also have the Emperor card, you see right there. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, Libras. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Nothing but to do it. So let's get into it. So look, okay. So when I look at this, a lot of people are really looking up to you all. Like a lot of people are seeing you all as father figures. It doesn't matter if you identify as a man or woman. You all are givers, right? But they see you as like an emperor status. So some of you all can have Aries in your chart. So we already know the obvious, like what you look like at your highest frequency, that you're romantic, that you're charming, you're a great listener, you're very fair-minded, you're the scales of justice. So you were able to see things on both sides of the coin. But some of you all have fire in your sign. That fire in you just keeps you, keeps that flame up under you. In the midst of challenging or hurtful relationships, you still have that flame in you that just keeps you moving forward, keeps you motivated, keep you high vibrating, keep you recognizing the leadership qualities in you and all the other wonderful things that you are. So for instance, let's say for instance, you have Aries in your chart, because this is the Emperor card, right? The Emperor is attached to the sign Aries. You will be a strong leader. You have amazing self-confidence, very positive energy. That means you're brave. You're also creative. You're confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, honest, very passionate, courageous, determined. Even Libra, if you came in contact with a low vibrating, those are high vibrating characteristics of an Aries. But even if you came in contact with a low vibrating Aries, still they have the good they have an option of vibrating at a higher frequency, right? So let's say you came in contact with a low vibrating Aries, for instance, and they seem selfish or attention seeking, or they had outbursts of anger, or they had lack of patience or impulsive behavior. That was a choice that they made to vibrate low. But they could also have chosen the higher frequency in themselves and be that strong leader, amazing self-confidence, positive energy, brave, creative. You see what I'm saying? Within each one of us, we can choose to vibrate high or vibrate low. Doesn't even matter if the circumstances. There are people who are going through seemingly hell right now, and they still choose to vibrate high, right? So it was a choice. But if you have Aries in your chart, that's that fire in you, right? That listening to your intuition, that fire in that air that keeps you, that fuels you. Your air sign, this is fire, right? So you're just adding more oxygen to that or air to that fire within yourself, right? So when you look back over your life, right? So we know that the Swords cards are attached to the air element, right? That's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. you may have been hurt so many times, Libra, that you decide, I'm going to wear blindfolds. I just don't even want to see any more negativity or low vibration energy anymore. But your ancestors have encouraged you to take the blindfolds off so that you're wiser now. See this owl right here? You're wiser. You see things a lot clearer. Not only that, you're still very friendly and approachable, but you have that sword in your hand because you'll cut somebody off very, very quickly. You're not about that out of balance life. You're not. You're like, you're disrupting my money. You're disrupting my power, my energy, my time, my emotional intellect, everything. When you look back over your life and you see really that it wasn't even necessarily that energy, it was that you allowed them to stay too long, that you allowed yourself to stay too long in their space, right? Because that's just who they are, right? And so things quickly progress. The sooner you left a situation that didn't serve your highest purpose, Libra, the quicker you saw things being released to you. And I'm talking about good things in the universe being released to you. See how that works? We can't control other people. We're not their gods, right? Even though we're gods, we're not their gods and they're not ours. The quicker you left the situation that didn't serve your highest purpose, the quicker things were released to you from the universe. See? And I'm talking about more money because you're very down to earth, very lovable, right? People love being connected to Libras. They absolutely do, right? So when we talk about the number 0, because I say we're going to talk about the number 0, that's the God number, right? So when you think about the number 0, remember that any number that 0 is added to, I'm talking about you put the 0 behind any number, it actually expands that number and it empowers that number. So you put a 0 behind 3, it goes from 3 to 30. Well, let's say dollars, right? $3 to $30. You put 2 zeros behind it, it becomes 300, 3,000, and so on and so forth, right? So 0 expands and empowers any number, right? 0 also, like I said before, represents the God number, symbolizing the greatest power in multidimensional reality, the supreme balance between light and dark. 0 is the full circle. It represents all universes, galaxies, multiverses, all there was, all there is, and all there will be. The example that I've been using on my channel that may be a little bit more relatable to people when we're talking about the number 0 is when you lose track of time. You think about, when I lost track of time, where did the time go? That's when you experience the power of hovering between worlds in a space where life just is. I lost track of time. Life just is in that space. It's hovering. Remember I told you 0 hovers between worlds, right? So yes, that is the number 0. 0 is an extremely powerful number because that's when you are able to look at both, really truly look at both sides of the coin and see the extreme good in the person, the high vibration in the person, and the low vibration in the person. And then you gain from that, from pulling from within yourself. Yes. Let's see what else the cards have to say. So yes, this is what you're leaving. This is what you're not overstaying your welcome in anybody's life because you're just recognizing, hey, that's just who they are. Whatever. You know, that's just who they are. We're going to talk a little bit about that at the end, towards the end, when I talk about some tips. Yeah, so let's see what else we have here. Yeah. The sooner you left this situation with the person, by the way, your the Temperance card is attached to Sagittarius, another fire sign. You could have Sagittarius in your chart, or you could have a guardian angel that had Sagittarius in their birth chart when they were in this realm, right? There was just too much riding on. There was too much riding on the release of a lot of wonderful things for you, Libra. As long as you stayed in their energy space and it was a complete distraction, and it could have been anybody, but see, you gave people too much of your time and energy ruminating over something that just, you could have just walked away from that a long time ago, right? The person betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, left you for dead, all sorts of things. And you're trying to figure out why they did it. Who cares why they did it? All you need to know is that they did it, right? It was disrupting your multiple streams of income. Yeah. Multiple streams of income. Yeah, like I said, a lot of you all have been steamrolled over in the past. Still got marks on the back of your neck, trying to figure out, I can't believe that person didn't come out of disbelief and recognize they did what they did. That was a choice they made. So you got to move on. Take the blindfolds off. This person was messing with your money. They really were. Every time you felt like I'm this close to this thing happening for me, this person was stabbing you in the back, talking about you like a dog to people that you thought they were your friend. But you're like, wait a second, why are they listening so much to what this person has to say? You realize none of them were your friends. So right now you feel alone. Some of you all feel alone. But listen, you're going to open up that vault. And here we go. Yes, the sooner you leave situations that don't serve your highest purpose, Libra, that's when you'll start to see a lot of things released to you. Money, new romantic love. If you're currently in a relationship, you'll see your relationships get better, your romantic relationship get better because of the relationship you have with yourself, right? If you're in a relationship with a person that you felt betrayed you, the sooner you let that relationship go, the more money and everything else is going to be released to you. Let's see what this card has to say. Let's see what this card has to say. Let's see what it has to say. Let's see. Let's see what this card has to say. Let's see what this card has to say. Connect with fire. And that's exactly what's happening here, right? You're connecting to the fire in yourself. And you could have Sagittarius and Aries in your chart, but you're connecting to that fire in yourself. Fire is a purifier, right? You've been through the fire with this person and you came out unscathed. They actually ended up burning themselves, right? So the people that thought that they stabbed you in the back, ran a smear campaign on you, lied on your name, made very disparaging comments, everything about you. Person that you loved that seemed like they were so nice and sweet in the beginning, seemed like they were just great, turn around and burned you. But they thought they burned you. They actually ended up burning themselves. The lesson that you had to learn in all of this is connecting to the fire in you and recognizing that, hey, anything that tries to come up against you, Libra, actually ends up burning themselves. Anybody that tries to burn you actually ends up burning themselves, right? And so that's what you got to connect with. That is what I have for you, Libras. And again, happy Sunday. Bye. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot, Libras. We got some tips and pointers for you to tune into recognizing your God station. Yes, thank you, Libras, for not letting me forget. Look, number one, first thing you want to do is when internal alarms are going off, internal, I'm talking about inside of you, start moving away from people. I'm talking about the first time they start going off, start moving away from people. Because number two is listening to the God in you. That's your intuition. That's your gut feeling. Or when you simply feel uncomfortable about something. Number three, where there is smoke and flashing lights, there's danger. There is danger. You have been burned, but you've already been burned before. You already know how it feels. You don't want to put yourself in danger again. Number four, stop volunteering to be Fire Marshal Bill's assistant. You all know by now who Fire Marshal Bill is, right? If you watch In Living Color, if you're not familiar with Living Color, the comedy show, go YouTube it. Just type in Living Color, and then type in the character Fire Marshal Bill, right? You don't want to put yourself in situations where you actually end up hurting yourself just to be in somebody's life, right? Because that person will be molding you. They're molding you into being the person that they want you to be, and you're not going to be happy. So number five, stop trying to listen to music through static. Just doesn't make any sense. Your life was already in harmony and already balanced out before you met them. All they brought into your life was static. Number six, you only need one moon phase to see who they really, really are. Stop fooling yourselves, thinking that you need to be with somebody for several moon phases, hoping that they're going to change. They may have gotten more degrees. They may have made more money. But we're talking about spirits now. We're talking about at the core of who they are. They have not changed, right? Yeah. So, and then number 7, you want to back up when you start to pay attention. When we talk about moon phases, we have 8 major moon phases, right? 8 major moon phases that you can observe with your naked eye. You got the new moon, the waxing crescent moon, the first quarter moon, the waxing gibbous moon, the full moon, the waning gibbous moon, the last quarter moon, and the waning crescent moon. Those are things you can see with your naked eye, right? So the new moon is a time of quiet creativity. So you may not be able to see exactly who they are at first, unless you're listening, unless you're completely tuned in to the fire in you, the God in you, right? First quarter moon is where stuff starts becoming a little bit more active. You start learning a little bit more about them. Still, lay back and pay attention. Listen with your spiritual ears and pay attention with your spiritual eyes. Full moon is at the peak of fulfillment, revelation, illumination. You'll get a chance to see everything you need to see in full moon. Yeah, which we have coming up very soon. Last quarter moon, that's the time to gather all your feedback. What did you learn about this person? What you learn about yourself, right? And then it's time to make a move. Yes. So these moon phases are the beautiful thing about the moon is that the moon never goes retrograde. It never. Moon and the sun never go retrograde. Never. So, yeah. So that's wonderful. And then we have sometimes it's the wrong place in the wrong time. Sometimes people are not bad people. It's just the wrong place and the wrong time, right? And so it could be that you need more healing, or it could be that they need more healing. Doesn't make you bad, doesn't make them bad. It's just the wrong time, wrong place. Also, number 9, you don't want to block your own blessings by overstaying your welcome in their lives, right? You are a God, but you're not their God. They are who they are, and that's who they are. That's just who they are at the core. We're not talking about what they've obtained. We're talking about who they are, right? You're not trying to be their God. You just recognize, hey, we're just not good together. Last but not least, stop trying to put them out of your life. You leave. You leave. You can't control them, right? That's how people start manipulating people, trying to control people. Well, I really love you if you would just do that. No. Nope. You don't give people the answers to the test. You don't give them a chance to cheat and pretend that they are who you need them to be when they wouldn't be happy, and neither would you, because they're not showing their authentic selves. So yes, those are some tips. Those are some tips. That is what I have for you, Libras. Have a great one. But then again, I know you will, because that's the intention you set. Yes. Have a great one. Bye. Happy Sunday.